Greetings and welcome back to Peter's Passion. If it is your first time here, please click the subscribe button and help me reach 1,000 subscribers. So somebody in one of my videos sent a comment and said, please do Shona videos. Of course, I'll do Shona videos, but not all the times. And please understand why, because I have also people who are not Zimbabweans, who cannot speak Shona, who are on this channel, and they need to watch my videos in a language they understand. So another reason why most YouTubers are speaking English now, even if you look at most YouTubers from Zimbabwe are speaking English now, is because the YouTube algorithm will understand your message quickly and know who to share the message with. So without wasting much of your time, let's jump right into the topic of today. As you have seen from the thumbnail and the title, relocating back to Zimbabwe. So today I'm sharing with you my reasons why I have to relocate from South Africa back to Zimbabwe. My number one reason, safety. South Africa is not safe. South Africa is not a safe place to be. Even me as an Uber driver, I hear stories of Uber drivers getting killed, getting hijacked, getting stabbed every day. It's an everyday thing. It's a normal thing. I came to a point where I had to exit all the groups, WhatsApp groups and all the Facebook pages of Uber drivers because they've been posting. Every day they are posting a dead driver. Every day they are posting a dead person. So that would always give me negative thoughts and that would instill fear in me. So I didn't want that. So I had to exit all the groups to avoid hearing such bad news every day, because it gives me negative thoughts. Parents are now burying their children. Grandparents are now burying their grandchildren. It wasn't always like this. Growing up, we knew that we would bury our parents before us. We would bury our grandmothers before us. But our grandmothers are burying us because we are getting killed here in South Africa. Getting robbed is a normal thing here now in South Africa. You can just tell somebody that I just got robbed, and people will tell you, be careful. That's all you will hear from a person after telling them, I just got robbed. I have seen people getting shot. I've been robbed countless times, robbed at gunpoint, hijacked. That happened to me. It's not theories. It's something that happened to me. Remember in my story, I told you of what happened. A guy came to me with a gun. He pointed a gun. He shot, boom, shot in the air. Wanted to show me that he has bullets. He told me to come out of my car. I took my car. He left. Maybe I could have died on that day and you would not be watching this video. Sometimes it's not that they are targeting you or they are targeting foreigners. They themselves kill each other. So sometimes they are shooting each other and you can get caught up in a crossfire. So the danger is not always towards foreigners. Every South African here is not safe in South Africa. But most criminals will target foreigners because foreigners are scared of them. Foreigners won't fight back. Foreigners are going to work. So we are the target. They are targeting us. And some of us die in crossfires. You're just walking, you're just going to buy veggies and they start shooting each other. You get caught up in a crossfire. The other day I was at a traffic light. I saw two guys cleaning a windshield. The other guy was on the left, the other guy was on the right. When they finished cleaning the windshield, the driver of the car gave one guy a 2 rand. And the other guy said, let's share that 2 rand. And the other guy didn't want to share that 2 rand. They pulled out knives. They stabbed each other in my face while I was watching. One guy was stabbed right in the mouth and the knife came out here on the ear side. I was watching. I'm not talking about theories. I'm not talking about stories that I've heard. I watched that happen. And my other encounter, one day I was coming from buying pap. As I was walking home, 7 guys were in a city golf. They pulled out guns. They shot a guy who was next to me. They shot him 8 bullets. He died in my face while I was watching. I watched the guy dying. I watched the guy breathing his last breath, coughing blood. I watched that with my own eyes. That day, I didn't even eat that pap. I went home. I threw that pap in the bin because I could not eat. It was disgusting. I had never seen such a thing. But here in South Africa, you get to see everything. We grew up grandmothers telling us the stories of guns, how guns can shoot, and now those are no longer stories. We see them every day. There is not a day, a night that goes by without gun sounds in South Africa, without somebody being killed in a township or elsewhere. There is always someone robbed. There is always someone killed. There is always people fighting. So South Africa is not safe. Even during the day, even when you are at a place you think it's a safe place, people get robbed even at the malls. So there is no place that you can say this place is safe in South Africa. Some people will be driving around robbing people. So you think maybe you are safe, you are in a safe area, you are in the suburbs, but they will be driving around. They will have a vehicle and they will stop by and rob you and drive off. So really, honestly, South Africa is not safe for me. That's my number one reason why I have to relocate back to Zimbabwe. And my number two reason, the cost of living. Cost of living in South Africa is so high. Did you know that one rooms to rent are going for about 3.5 thousand rands, which is equivalent to maybe 170 US dollars. In Zimbabwe, maybe one room is $50. So taking $50 from a 170, you will remain with 120. The person who's in Zimbabwe earning $300 will live a good life than the person who's in South Africa earning $300. Of which most of the people who are working in these companies, they are getting paid equivalent to $300. But your rent is 170. Your food is probably $100. Monthly food. But in Zimbabwe, it's not like that. Zimbabwe, food is cheaper. So our salaries are disappearing before you even finish paying your bills. So the cost of living here is so high. Groceries and everything. Because here, for you to eat anything, you have to spend money. It's not like in Zimbabwe where you can grow your own vegetables and your own little garden in the backyard. You can't do that here. Everything you have to spend money. So when I'm returning back home, I have to relocate to the village, not in the cities, because I can't live the same lifestyle that I was living here. I'm trying to run away from a lifestyle of spending money for me to survive. I want to at least spend the whole day or 2 days without spending any money, without spending any cent. It's possible in Zimbabwe. Imagine you have your sweet potatoes. You just go into your field and get yourself some sweet potatoes. You have sugar, you make tea. That's it for the day. But here, you have to buy that sweet potato. Later, when you cook up, you have to buy the vegetables. So the cost of living here is so high. Even when you tell somebody in Zimbabwe that I'm earning this much money, they'll think maybe you are rich. But no, all my money goes to bills. So cost of living is my number two reason why I have to return back home. My third reason, in Zimbabwe, you can own land. Here, you cannot own land because you are not a citizen. Even if you have documents, you can't do that because the people of South Africa will fight you for that. They don't care that you have the right paperwork. So at the end of the day, no matter you have the papers or not, you are still a foreigner to them. Either you have an ID, as long as you are a Shona speaking person, as long as you speak a foreign language to them, you are a foreigner. So I don't want to live with that, being in a country that you are not welcome, even when you have the right papers. So in Zimbabwe, you can have your own land. Land is cheaper there. But of course, if you are buying in the city, land is expensive. But in the rural areas, sometimes land is even free. Yes, you can get land for free from the village chiefs. So going back home will be an advantage because you have your own land and grow your own food, grow your own crops. Whatever you do, do your own projects in there. And the thing is, back home, there is not much paperwork that is needed for you to grow your own crops, to grow your own orchard, to grow your own or to run your own projects. There isn't much paperwork that is needed. So that's my number 3 reason why I would want to relocate back home. Number 4, Forex. Here, when we work, we exchange our money. We buy US dollars when we are going back home. We lose a lot with this transaction, with the Forex transaction, because imagine you want to buy a 5,000 US dollars. You have to pay maybe 100,000 rands. During that transaction, you can lose a 5,000 rand for that transaction. So that's another money just going for fees, for the transaction fees, for the Forex fees. And the bad thing about it is that you are buying a strong currency with a weaker currency. But if I was earning dollars and buying rands, it would be easier because I'm buying a weaker currency with a strong currency. So every time we have to go back home, we have to buy US dollars. And that transaction will have a fee. And you can't even save in rands because after saving, you're still going to convert the money. So I would prefer earning US dollars and then buying rands later. not earning rands and then buying US dollars. You can't buy something that is stronger with something that is weaker. That's my fourth reason. My fifth reason is nature. Here in South Africa, we are not in the villages where we can access natural things for free. But when I go back home, I'll be able to go to my village, because here in South Africa, in Cape Town, I can't go to Eastern Cape to see natural places. But back home, you can visit. Back home in the village, you get to see natural places free of charge. You can hike a mountain free of charge. You can do fishing free of charge, farming or whatever that you want to do. You can go swimming free of charge. I think everybody enjoys nature. You can only get to appreciate nature when you've been in the city and you've seen how the city is like and see how people in the city miss the village. Even the rich white people that comes from Europe, all they want to see is nature. So we have learned to appreciate nature as Africans just after seeing white people coming for that same nature. The ponds, the dams, the waterfalls that we grew up seeing for free, some people are traveling to come and see those things. So we now value those things because we see that some people are making it important. And it is important, but we could not value it because we had it all the time. So I don't want to be limited to natural resources. Like here in Cape Town, you cannot be allowed to plant even a fruit tree. You have to get a license for it. You have to get a license for a borehole. You have to get a license for installing solar system. So you can't get natural things for free here. But back home, you can get natural things for free. Free of charge. Fishing, free. Hunting, free. But here, if you want to go hunting, you have to go through maybe some parks and get a license for that. You get a license for fishing. You get a license for farming. Everything needs a license here. So that's my fifth reason why I would want to relocate back to Zimbabwe. And my sixth reason would be, of course, climate, weather. Here in Cape Town, there is no season that it does not rain. You may be in summer, in the middle of summer, walking out with a vest, no umbrella, and then it will start pouring. So you can get 3 seasons in one day here in Cape Town. It's cold in the morning and there's mist all over. And in the afternoon, it's hot. And in the evening, it's raining. No matter what season. So I would not want to be here for the rest of my life with this kind of weather changes. If it's summer, let it be summer. If it's winter, let it be winter. If it's cold or whatever, spring, summer, autumn, winter, spring, let each and every season be what it really is. But of course, maybe I'm light-skinned because of the weather here. Maybe I'll become dark when I go back home, but who cares? I'm black anyway. So yeah, climate would be my number 6 reason why I have to relocate back home. I know this is not the major one, but it is one of the reasons. And my number 7 is also not the major one, but it's a funny one though. My number 7, speaking English every day. It's not something that I enjoy. Even doing this video, I'm doing it for people who are not Zimbabweans, people who cannot understand what I'm saying in Shona. I would not want to spend the rest of my life speaking English. Because when you speak English, you get to learn an English culture. An English culture that calls parents or elderly people by names. Imagine my little girl calling me Peter. It's normal in English culture. I want that African culture where you get to be greeted by even people who don't know you. And just to get to interact with people of your own language, people of your own culture. Sometimes you can meet a Zimbabwean and you speak English for almost 30 minutes and then later you realize, are you from Zimbabwe? Yes, I'm from Zimbabwe. Then you're like, come on, tozviru marurimi. So like I said, it's not the biggest reason, but it's one of the reasons. I'm Shona and I would love to speak my language daily. I would love for my child to learn my culture, not another man's culture. Has it ever happened to you that you visit a village and then people are looking at you, little kids that don't know you, they are looking at you and say, Makadi yenyu. How does that feel? Now when you are here and you go back home, it feels strange. Like you think like, okay, these people don't know me, but they are greeting me. It's now strange to us, but that's who we are. So just being in your country is amazing. That would be my number, 7 or 8 reason why I would want to relocate back to Zimbabwe. Number 9, the outside lifestyle in Zimbabwe is way much better than the outside lifestyle of South Africa. What do I mean by the outside lifestyle? You are free to roam around. You are free to go anywhere you want to go. The outdoor lifestyle in South Africa and the outdoor lifestyle in Zimbabwe is different. Here, when you're outside, there is full of cars making noise, people hooting. The air is not fresh, but back home, it's quiet. And the neighbor is maybe 100 meters away, 200 meters away. So even when you play your loud music, nobody will stop you. Nobody will report you to the police. But here, you may be sleeping, you may be off, but somebody is playing loud music next door. That's always noisy. And people of South Africa enjoy themselves and they celebrate playing loud music and dance and making noise throughout the whole night. I would love for a chicken to wake me up, not alarms. I would not want to wake up because of horns, people hooting. Or sometimes you even wake up because you hear gun sounds, or sometimes you even wake up because people are fighting. So I would want to wake up because I hear a dove making that sound, cuckoo, cuckoo, cuckoo. I would want to wake up because that rooster crows. Waking up, stretching up, breathing fresh air.
Good morning, my neighbor.
So that would be my number 9 reason why I would want to relocate back to Zimbabwe. Number 10 would be business opportunities. In Zimbabwe, there are still business opportunities. I know many people think there are no business opportunities, but let me give you an example. You know, Shelton and Charmaine, they are in Zimbabwe doing business. In Zimbabwe, there's no competition in business. You can choose to do something that nobody is doing. Like I'll tell you for an example. Shelton and Charmaine, they are installing Starlink. They can drive across maybe 4 cities to go and install Starlink in another province. That tells you there is no competition. If you can travel across 3 to 4 cities providing your services, it's only that people in Zimbabwe wants to do things that everyone is doing. If everybody is in a chicken business, if everybody is in farming, if everybody is selling pap, everybody wants to do the same thing. But the way to go about it, you have to look for a problem and then provide a solution. And that's how you do business. But people want to copy each other because you have seen someone making money doing chicken projects. You have seen someone making money because they're selling onion. Now you are relocating to do the same thing. You need to go back with a new idea. First, before you go back, visit home and see what problems people have and provide a solution and sell a solution to them. Do you know you can make money by getting people connected to your Wi-Fi? Okay, for an example, let's say you go to a growth point or you go to a shopping center. You put your Wi-Fi there and then you tell everybody who wants to connect, come and connect and give me $1. Because people now have phones back in the village. They can download movies, they can come and watch whatever they want to watch with your Wi-Fi. When they're done, they'll come back again. Just open an internet cafe where people can connect to your Wi-Fi and pay you maybe 1 hour $1. I'm telling you, you're going to have people coming to you every day. That's a business idea I'm giving you. I'm telling you there are more business opportunities in Zimbabwe. But you just have to get a good capital so that you won't be challenged by anyone who sees you doing whatever that you're doing. If you're going to Zimbabwe and you're going to start a business, don't start a business for $200 because everybody can see what you're doing and can start doing the same thing that you're doing and start selling the same thing that you're selling. But start maybe from 1,000. Not everybody has $1,000. So they won't copy you. There is a lot of opportunities in Zimbabwe, even when it comes to building. I know you think that the money is small, the money that builders get is small, but also your expenses are small because people are building back home. Zimbabwe is being built, and if you are a builder, if you are a bricklayer, if you are a painter, There's so much work for you back home. Don't even think negative about it. I know you are thinking there's a lot of people and I can't go back and do the same thing they are doing. Just go with the right equipment that they don't have. I'm telling you, you're going to take all the business. There are some machines that are needed in Zimbabwe that people in Zimbabwe cannot afford, but you can afford. So buy those machines and go and do the business. So like I said, look for problems and provide solutions. Like in Zimbabwe, people are having problems to find gold. Buy a gold detector and go help them. That's how you make money. The only thing you have to do is to travel around Zimbabwe and look for places that has gold. And then you tell the miners that here it is. That's how you make money. Easy as that. People can't guess where the gold is, and the gold detectors are expensive. But if you can afford them here, buy them and take them back home. So you can be in mining, you can be in farming. There's a lot of things that you can do. So number 11, slower pace of life. In Zimbabwe, there's no rush. There's no much traffic. Only maybe in Harare. You get to spend much of your time with family. There's no rush in doing anything. Even if it's building, you are not rushing. But when you're here and you're building back home, for some reason you rush. You can balance your time properly in Zimbabwe. It's not like here. There are very few people in Zimbabwe that are working from 8 a.m. to 11 p.m. But here, you work from 8 a.m. to 11 p.m. So in Zimbabwe, you are not in a rush. You are not rushing to go anywhere because you are in your country. But here, you have a mindset that one day you will go back to Zimbabwe. That mindset is killing me. Like, you are doing whatever that you're doing here, but you know one day I'm going to go back to my country. But if I'm in my country, that worry is not in me. But I'm living with that worry, so I'm speeding, I'm trying to rush everything. But if I'm home, there's no rush. I'm not rushing to go anywhere. That would be my number 11. Number 12, food security. You get fresh produce in Zimbabwe. You get cheap food in Zimbabwe because almost everybody is in food industry. So food is cheap. The rice and all these other city things may be expensive, but the things that you can get in the farms are cheaper. You can buy a whole bucket of sweet potatoes maybe for only $5. You can get maybe vegetables that you can cook for 4 days. You can get for $1, which is 20 rand. But here, that's a small little bunch like this. You know, when you go to Zimbabwe and come back to South Africa, everybody is asking, what have you brought? They're not asking for anything else but food because they know the quality of food in Zimbabwe. They know the difference between the Coca-Cola in Zimbabwe and the Coca-Cola in South Africa. The chicken in Zimbabwe and the chicken in South Africa. The sweet potatoes from Zimbabwe and the sweet potatoes here. The eggs. People got to a point where they are ordering food from Zimbabwe. Peanut butter from Zimbabwe. And people are making money selling peanut butter here. Selling maputi here. Selling Zimbabwean food items. Because the people of Zimbabwe are tired of eating these fake foods. Do you know the chicken here, you can put it in a microwave and it disappears. All the fats are burned up. You can't even prepare a chicken in a microwave. You know, growing up, I used to love chicken skins. I don't want to see them anymore. Especially of these chickens here. If you're cooking eggs, eggs are foaming up like you are cooking soap. The quality of food here is bad. I've never been in the hospital in Zimbabwe. I don't even know what the hospitals in Zimbabwe are like. But the moment I got here, I'm in and out of the hospital because of the food. It's junk food. It's not clean food. They process everything. Beef is processed. Chicken is processed. Fruits are processed. Everything is processed. There's no organic thing here. Even when you buy mazoe from South Africa and mazoe from Zimbabwe, you can taste there's a difference there. In Zimbabwe, you can have your own backyard, growing your own tomatoes, growing your own vegetables, your own onions. Those things you don't have to buy. But here you buy everything. Even here in South Africa, the veggies here, they smell so bad. When you are cooking veggies here in South Africa, the whole house will be smelling so bad. I remember the other day I bought veggies and I put them in my boot, in my car. The whole car was smelling. I couldn't even pick customers up with the vegetables that were in my boot because they were smelling so bad. Honestly, even this is not my body because I don't eat anymore. This food doesn't appetize me anymore. I don't have appetite for this food. I can't even drink the water here. And when you're drinking the tap water here, you can actually perceive a bad smell. I would rather drink water from a protected well or from a borehole than to drink water from a tap here. So I know in Zimbabwe, when it comes to healthy food, abundant and cheap food, growing my own food, I know that's covered. But here, I have to rely on Pick n Pay, I have to rely on Checkers and ShopRite. So that's not what I want. That's one of the biggest reasons why I have to relocate. I love food, but not this food of South Africa. Even the rice. I didn't know that I would hate rice to this extent. Why now? Because they add some fragrance in the rices. It's like they put perfume in the rice. You can eat a specific rice maybe for a week. The next week you don't want to eat it anymore. You're tired of rice. But the funny thing, we have been eating bananas and we are still eating bananas. We don't get tired of eating organic food. Even when you bring me food from Zimbabwe, I don't get tired. I don't get tired of eating pap because it's not processed. So that would be my other reason why I'm relocating back to Zimbabwe. So my other reason, when you're in Zimbabwe, you build. But if you are in the diaspora, you will keep on saying, I will do it, I will do it, I will do it, I will do it. People of my age in Zimbabwe have homes already. My young brothers have homes already. But I'm here in South Africa. And in Zimbabwe, I'm homeless. So you can see the advantage of being home. Every opportunity that comes, if somebody is selling a land cheaper, you get to know it. And then you buy the land. I'm telling you, people who are born in the 1995 or even 1998, they now have homes. And I'm 33 and I don't have a home. That's my other reason why I would want to go back home. So my number, I think 13 reason. The crime rate in Zimbabwe is very low compared to South Africa. I'll say crime rate in Zimbabwe is about maybe 30%, but in South Africa maybe 70 or 80%. In Zimbabwe you can travel at night with your phone, your laptop, or your money or everything. You can still get home safely. Even in your homes, you're not scared that somebody is going to just break into your house and rob you. That's not something that you would worry about in Zimbabwe. And the law, the police, the law is still working in Zimbabwe. They're still doing their work. There are still rare cases of people who murdered people and vanished and not get caught. There is always a way that people get caught. And the other reason why people get caught in Zimbabwe quick is because people will expose the criminal. People will expose a person they suspect. But here you can't do that, because the moment you expose somebody, next week or after 2 weeks, the person will come back and hunt you. People are getting shot for being witnesses here, even in the court in South Africa. It's even bad here to an extent that even some police buildings are closed early because they get robbed. Imagine gangsters and all these thieves getting into a police station and open fire and tell each and every officer to surrender their guns and taking the guns away. It's happening here. Some police offices, they close early because they are scared of getting robbed. And the law here is weak because you can't shoot even a criminal. You rarely hear cases of criminals getting shot. Criminals are actually getting shot by maybe security. The police, they're scared of the law. They would rather be shot. So they're scared because you rot in jail as a police, but a gangster will come out the next day. So it's not really safe even here to expose a criminal. If you see somebody getting robbed here, you mind your own business. You don't help. I've heard a story of someone in Danun who was shot just because he wanted to help somebody who was getting robbed. He picked up stones and they shot him. But in Zimbabwe, in my entire life, for the 20 years I've lived in Zimbabwe, I've not had a gunshot. I've not had a gun sound. I've not seen a gun at a close range. I've not held any gun in my hand. A gun is something strange. If something bad happens in an area in Zimbabwe, everybody will look for a suspect and they will expose the suspect. So that's how the law works. So we are more safe in Zimbabwe than we are here in South Africa. Crime is very low. The only places you get crime is maybe in the cities, but it's still very low compared to South Africa. Like I said, 30% crime in Zimbabwe. But in South Africa, 70 to 80%. And most of the cases in South Africa, the criminals will come out in 2 weeks and start killing again. So really, I would want to go back home because I'm not safe here. There's so much crime here. So that's the reason why I'm relocating. So my number 13 or 14 reason why I would want to go back is because me as a YouTuber, me as a content creator, there's not much content here in South Africa. There's not much that you can do. People want to see something they are not used to. People don't want to see these malls. They are used to these malls. And the people who are on YouTube, who are on Facebook, who are on social media, these are the same people that are here. So they don't want to see the same things they see for themselves. So there is more opportunities for content creators in Zimbabwe than there is here in South Africa. That's why you see more content creators in South Africa. They do indoor content because you can't do outdoor content because you get robbed your cameras. They'll take your cameras, they'll take your recording gear.
What is it like being a gangster in a place like Manenberg?
Yo, you lekker. Me, like robbing you right now with all this f***ing stuff. You hear what? It's lekker, my brother. I'm gonna smoke lots of stuff with all this stuff. You luckily you with Lee, captain of American gang. You luckily you with him. Otherwise it's big shit. Me and my brothers take all your f***ing stuff and smoke it out.
So you're saying if I wasn't with Lee, who's one of the leaders of the
Yeah.
Americans gang, you would rob me of my cameras?
Long time ago, Rob. Long time.
They'll take your cameras, they'll take your recording gear. So here in South Africa, we have built our courage. We are more courageous in approaching anyone. People in Zimbabwe are still scared. People in Zimbabwe are still nervous to approach somebody for business. But here, we have courage. Every diasporan has courage to approach anyone in Zimbabwe for business or for even work. A diasporan has more courage than the person that is in Zimbabwe for a job interview or for a business opportunity. They have more courage to do it because we have seen a lot. We have approached and worked with different people. And we have built skills here in South Africa. We have built skills. All the diasporans have built skills from their work they've been doing. Some are now carpenters, some are now engineers, some are now painters, some are now bricklayers. Because they came here and started that, and now they've perfected it. Now they can go back and be professional bricklayers. They can go back with the machineries that people don't have in Zimbabwe. So last but not least, I want to relocate because Zimbabwe is my home. Simple as that. There is no place like home. That sense of belonging, just knowing that I belong here. Nobody's calling me Makwere. Nobody's calling me Magweja. Nobody's saying anything about me being in Zimbabwe. Even foreigners in Zimbabwe don't even know that they are foreigners because they rarely hear such words like you are a foreigner. I didn't even know what foreigner meant. So when somebody called me a foreigner, I had to just Google what is a foreigner. And I realized I was a foreigner. I always thought maybe a foreigner is a European person or the person who comes from the West or outside of Africa. So I didn't like hearing such words like foreigner, gwecha, and all this. They call us all sorts of names here. Some call us Zimbabweans. Zimbabweans, Zimbabweans. Some call us crocodile riders. So that sense of belonging into a place, like this is my place, I love it. Family ties, culture. Just hearing somebody saying, Magadi, it's okay. Home is the best for me. That's why I want to go back. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, there are few and more reasons why I would want to go back home. But so far, these are what I remembered so far. I did not write any of these down. Home is always the best. Home is like your parent. No matter how poor your parent is, you still have to respect them as your parent. So I see many Zimbabweans mocking Zimbabweans when they are in the diaspora, painting your country bad, painting your own country bad. No matter how bad your country is, don't talk bad about it. Your country is like your parent. No matter how oppressive your parent is, no matter how dirty and poor they are, your parent is still your parent. Respect them. Nyika inovakwa nevene vayo. I don't have a problem with that saying. You and me, we are the ones who are going to build our own country. So I'm not political. I've never voted in my life. I came here when I was 20. But I'm here to just advocate for those who wants to go home. Just think about it. No matter how settled you are, in whatever country that you are in, you always have that feeling ringing in your head that home is the best. You know, when you go back to Zimbabwe, that's when you realize people don't even care what's happening in the politics. They are minding their own businesses. Even when the roads are bad, they are just maneuvering in there. They don't care. All they care for is what they put on the table. People know Zimbabwe only from a negative side. I don't neglect the fact that there are bad things happening in Zimbabwe. There is corruption happening in Zimbabwe. But I don't look on the negative. Don't be always negative. Be always positive. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for your time. We have had a great time. I shared with you my reasons why I want to relocate back to Zimbabwe. Share with me if you have more reasons. If you have also your own reasons, share with me in the comment section. Please comment, like and share this video so that other people will be motivated. There are other people who have not yet found a reason to go back home, but by watching this video, some of you will be motivated. And if you are motivated, let me know. And if you are going, when are you going? And why you are going back home? I would like to know also. Maybe the reasons you have are the same reasons I have. Maybe some reasons I have not mentioned them here, but you will mention them. So let's go. Let's do it in the comment section. With that, ladies and gentlemen, it's a goodbye for now.